Hello everybody! Yes, this is the final episode. Finally, yeah, I'm very scared what's gonna happen tonight. I hope you have a nice day so far. Hello, Steptic Stream. You dope? This is the last episode. Ready? Okay. So yeah. Hello, Siverion. I'm okay. So we're gonna start the game and see that final act. Faster, please. It's very long, but believe me, when I start a visual novel, I can stream very long too. Finally. So this is the last save here. Load it. Okay. So we have earned all loyalty from everyone except for Valessa. Okay. Gonna go on the wall map. I'm gonna go to Balteus. Traveling to Balteus is a point of no return. Make sure you have completed all the content you desire. There will be no coming back as Act 5 is the finale. Yes, please. I make my way to the docks, happy to see that almost everybody else has done the same. Our forces line the entire area. Dozens of ships are ours to command. We stand a real chance. Making my way down the docks, I notice all of our forces talking among themselves. This is the unity that our world needed, the unity that we are fighting for. Though not everybody saw eye to eye, they could all coexist with one another. There will be no more oppression for wars who fought differently than our rulers. That is, of course, if we won. Milos is nowhere to be seen, but somehow I'm not surprised. He came to Alarintia and back, and for that, I was grateful. It was time for him to rest and focus on what to do next. I noticed Sophie helping our forces load supplies onto the boats. Gamble of letting him join our side seems to be paying off. I'm certain his help will be invaluable as we entered Balteus. As I continue down the docks, it starts to fixate on me. Not just me, but the blade upon my back as well. They all knew who I was. At this moment, I feel the weight resting on my shoulders, but stand strong. This was a burden that I was ready to carry. No, this was a burden that I was born to carry. I smile at them as I walk by, and they do so in return. As I walk, I truly run into Damek. He's overseeing everybody's efforts, making sure it was smooth. Thanks for the subscribe, Cleo Cat. Thank you very much. Thank you for your support. Yes, 22 months. That's impressive. There was a lot to transport. We all need weapons, food, and drink.
Quite the army, isn't it? Sailors would be proud. I know he would. Forgive me for taking charge, though. You deserve a break.
Oh.
Or at least a chance to save your energy. You'll need most of it in Balteus, not here. We'll take care of everything until then.
Thank you very trip. I nod, thankful that Damek is taking the initiative. I definitely need to use the voyage as time to prepare. My skill with his blade is limited, but I know I can improve.
I made sure to put us on the same boat as each other. Everyone, actually. Howl, Valessa, Fortame, Ulrich, Pro. It's probably best if we're all together for the end of this journey.
Yeah. But much was true, I need my friends by my side for this. If we're about to change an entire world, we'd be slaying gods. Part of me wonders just who they are and why they do what they have done. There's probably no point in concerning myself with that information. Nothing about them could excuse what they've done. They need to fall. I thank Damek for everything that he's done, and it makes me happy.
Of course, Monarch. Anything to help you out. But I think we're almost ready to set sail. Want to get on board? Might as well lead by example. A lot of people are just standing around.
I nod, and we start making our way toward the boat. Our vessel is the same one we used to get to Alarintia. It's a bit bigger than the rest and will work as a mobile HQ. When I get to the deck, I turn around and look at the docks. Everyone is saying their final goodbyes, since we might not make it back. I give them all the time they need and slowly watch as they board our fleet. I might not make it back either. That thought fills me with fright. Taking one last look at Mazian soil, I say goodbye until my breath. Under my breath. What happened next will change the course of Alaestian history forever. Turning around to face the deck, notice that Savi is waving me over. I walk toward him, wondering what it could be about. This seems important. As I make my way across the ship, I notice all my comrades scurrying about.
I'm glad that they put us all on the same boat. I must say, I've gotten used to you and your friends. Being placed anywhere else would be pretty uncomfortable. I just wanted to tell you that I gave Damek some information.
Oh, what kind?
He's forming a plan of attack as we speak, so it definitely helped. When it comes to Balteus and the Triumvirate, I know more than anybody.
Yeah, but they told him what they wanted him to know, so I'm not sure it's safe.
I'm sorry for what we did to him during our attack, by the way. I ordered Shane to stab him, so it's technically my fault. He seems fine though, so no hard feelings?
I shrug, certain of how to respond. If it happened any differently, he'd be dead for sure. It feels a bit beyond coincidence, but I don't stop to question it.
They might not tell your allies that I gave them this information, though. Not everybody trusts me, so it would probably just cause more harm than good. I'm not here to cause harm, so we all agreed it was best to omit a few facts.
Makes sense, so I understand where they're coming from. Fighting amongst ourselves is the last thing we need before the final battle. It was a time to stand strong and united, a time to trust one another unconditionally.
That's it, really. I just thought you deserved to know it came from me. I did promise information that would help your final attack, after all. If anything else comes to mind, I'll make sure to bring it to attention.
Okay. He's definitely going to great lengths to make himself seem genuine. That's good. There was a lot of doubt in the air surrounding this alliance. People may not know it tipped off, but they didn't really have to. Turns away from me and stares into the distance. I guess this talk is over. I decide to make my way to Damek and all to see what information give them. But before I can get there, I'm interrupted by my comrades. They seem really excited. We exchange hugs and pleasantries from few moments. Mama, oh, it's your birthday, safety stream. Mama, happy birthday to you. Mama, happy birthday to you. Mama. Are we very happy? Or are we just putting on an act? It's hard to tell since this is the calm before the storm.
Hey there, Monarch! Glad to see you made it here. I'm happy we're all on the same boat.
Yeah, it makes me feel way better. If I was stuck with other people, I'd be worried, but in this situation, I'm not. I'm perfectly comfortable.
Okay.
I'm just doing my best to hang in there. This whole life at sea thing really isn't my style.
Oh.
I can't wait to get back and settle down for good.
Uh-oh, he doesn't like to be... He's sick.
Knock on wood, bro. Don't get arrogant before the final battle. This is a huge gamble. You need to give it your all.
Me? Arrogant? Never. Anyway, I need to take my mind off of this water
Doesn't like
stuff.
water.
How about we go sit in the crew quarters and play some cards?
Sure, but I think Dominic is about to make a speech. He's been lost in conversation with Hal for a while now. I overheard them talking about our plan of attack in Balteus.
All right, I can wait. Maybe you should get over there, Monarch. I'm pretty sure that's something you'll want to be a part of.
Hello, Netta Sergel. I'm fine. What about you? That's true, and I was making my way over there anyway. I can go about their business. But Van is signed for them stay.
Good luck, Monarch. I hope we get to spend more time together. But I understand if we don't get to. This is probably the most important moment of your life. So do whatever you need.
Yeah, as much as we need you, I think the world needs you more. Hopefully, this isn't goodbye. But there's always a chance that it is. Since we're going to Balteus, we need to treat that as a real option.
Oh. It's true as grim as it made the conversation feel. But before I can respond, the boss stepped forward and hugged me at the same time. Oh. I let out a soft laugh and wrapped my arms around them. Together, we all have come so far.
Thanks for everything, Monarch. I think you have some planning to do, so I'll let you go.
Oh my god, Natasha again. Nothing wrong. Is your car, are you okay?
Yeah, just know that I'll never forget our time together. If we play our cards right, then we can have more of that after the war. I know things have been crazy, but with you two by my side, it's been easier.
With the hug broken, we know that one another with big smiles. I'm sure we'd see each other again, so I don't let it get me down. There was no way we'd get to the end of this without crossing paths again. I make my way over to the Namek and Hall, scanning my surroundings as I do. Our pirates allies run about the ship, making last-minute preparation and adjustments. It's nice to know that we had their sailing expertise. So many important people were on board. Because of that, something told me that our ship would be in the very front of the pack. But I wouldn't know for sure until I talked to Damek and all. They turned to face me. Can tell they're stressed out. It's apparent on their faces. I asked them, what's up?
Hey, Monarch. We were just taking care of some planning. I think we have a pretty good idea of what we're going to do. Now that we've talked it out, I think our chances are great.
Dominic is correct. Our confidence has increased tenfold. Thanks to some last-minute information, we now have the edge. Hopefully we can keep that when we put our plan into practice.
What is that last-minute information? I both glanced over at Sophie. I know that he gave them the information. I'm glad they trust him enough to base their plan around his intel. Back then, when we left Arintia, our alliance and trust seemed so shaky.
I guess I should tell everybody what we're planning then. I'll go stand at the head of the ship, and give myself a platform. They might want to hear from you too, Monarch,
Me?
so be ready.
I stand back and watch as he takes slow steps towards the end of the ship. I didn't even know what they were planning, so I'd be learning at the same time. However, due to the fact that we were working together, I knew we were in good hands. Alex watches him pass by, and I can tell that he's tired of waiting around. It won't be much longer before we set sail, so I hope he can wait a bit longer. Once the pirates start preparing the ship to leave, their shots will drown everything out. After a few moments, it reaches the head of the ship and clears his throat. Gathering the attention of everybody nearby, he mounts a crate to get higher ground. A silence overtakes the entire ship, but he has no problem rising to overcome him.
Well, I guess this is the eve of our final attack. I know many of you are wondering just what's going to happen. I'll explain more later, but right now, I can tell you a bit of what we're planning. We should arrive in Balteus just as the sun is rising. When we do, we'll be all meeting at a central location for one final meeting. It's important that everybody is on the same page before we take any big steps. However, our first big step will be to secure the Grand Library. Holding the proprietor hostage, we'll station our army there as a pseudo-HQ. I bet you're wondering why we've chosen the library. Well, our reasoning is twofold. First of all, we've been told that the Honor Guard cannot set foot inside. There's some sort of ward on the property, presumably so the owner can be alone. We're not sure why they prefer to work alone, but we know they're important to the Triumvirate. That is part of our second reason. Taking them hostage, we will extract information. We need anything we can gather that will help us with our next step, the final attack. While information is extracted, we can use the safety of the library to rest and recuperate. After that rest, we will gather one more time and begin our final assault. The Monarch will lead a small team and infiltrate the castle, attacking the Triumvirate directly. The rest of us will lead the Honor Guard to the town square and fight them there as a distraction. With the distraction as large as we're planning, the Monarch should be unimpeded. He will kill the Triumvirate and destroy the large idol at the back of their chambers. We believe this idol to be of importance to them, so we must destroy it in order to win.
Are you sure of that? They said in the second episode of my stream, remember, the Triumvirate said, yeah, that's a pure evil you have here, pure corruption. They said pure corruption and you need to difference purity from what is right. And I'm not sure we need to do that. I'm not sure at all.
With the blade plunged into that idol, the Monarch will tap into its power. He will
Maybe
use
that's
it
the
to
thing that
deactivate the Honor
starts
Guard,
the cycle,
and the suits of
the
armor
loop.
will crumble.
Time loop.
At that point, victory is ours. We will gather in the castle atrium and count the survivors.
Everybody looks at me as Damek explained this part of the plan. It's my first time hearing it, but all of it makes perfect sense. It's a good strategy. We don't know what the idol is, but I could definitely use its power, like I did in your HQ. With the Triumvirate dead and their Honor Guard dissolved, victory was ours. We'd still have to worry about Aline and Shane, but I'm sure that pop up somewhere. I feel confident giving everybody a nod that turn their attention back to Damek's bark form.
As soon as we arrive, I'll share this plan with everybody else. So until then, I'd advise getting some rest. You're going to need it. That is, unless there's anything you want to say to all of us, Monarch.
All eyes are on me once again, and I take a few steps forward. Damex jumps off the crate, leaving me a platform to stand on. Speech. I never given one of those in my life. I don't know. My uncertainty must come across in my demeanor as they start urging me on. They even break away from each other, leaving a clear path for me to walk forward. I'm technically their leader. It makes sense for me to talk. I have to get used to this. I continue to walk forward and notice smiles appear on their faces. The impact that my action and attitude have on everybody here is very clear. It's a good thing that this level of responsibility was given to someone who can handle it. A few moments later, I'm on top of the crate, matching the deep gaze of all my subjects. Silence overtakes everything. I can hear the calm of the water against the docks of Mazeo. It was clear that I have to break this silence. I clear my throat and think of what I should say. Okay. So this speech is a culmination of all the choices I made so far. Champion of the Rebellion. It is time for our enemy to realize that they are wrong. Never again will our homes will be seized. They start to mutter among themselves, nodding in agreement with everything I say. This journey could easily compromise us and force us to do unspeakable things. But we can rest easy knowing that we're clung to our values and traditions. We are better than them. And that is exactly why we will win. A bunch of them start cheering with wide grins on their faces. I'm speaking from the heart, speaking from instinct, and it's working. I smile now too, and my words from this moment on are filled with confidence. We will leave behind a wall of freedom. We will embrace everybody who has been wrongfully oppressed. But simply, we will give hope to those who have found their own was stolen. Due to the Triumvirate's rule, that number is far too high, but it ends now. No longer will victims find themselves blinded by revenge. No longer will servants find themselves lost to a quest for redemption. The crowd is roaring with applause, cheering on my every word. I know they want more, so I try and think of what I should say next. We have more power than any group of people we have ever spoken up against the Triumvirate. With visions like my own, we have an army of seers willing to fight for us. Able to see the future and every move the enemy can make, we will be unstoppable. I grab the blade from my back and slowly unsheath it. But most importantly, we have this. Holding the blade out, they explode with even more applause. I had a symbol that almost guaranteed our victory and our freedom. Nobody has ever had or ever will have a better chance of taking them down. Using this blade, I will create a wall just like Salus had always envisioned. When this is all over, we will live in a united world. We will stand together, strong. Everybody will have a voice, and together we will find harmony. We will find peace. I put the blade back in its scabbard, signaling that I'm almost done speaking. Raising my fist in the air, I give out one last shout, one last call to unify our cause. For the rebellion! With a wide smile and met with a large round of applause, I jump off the crate. Taking it as a sign we're ready to depart, pirates start preparing to set sail. I should probably meet with Damek and all one last time before deciding what to do. As I approach them, I notice they look happier than I have ever seen. I never saw myself as a public speaker, so I'm quite surprised at what happened. doubts of my efficacy were still there, but seeing my comrades smile helped that worry dissipate.
Eloquently put, Monarch. Better than my own speeches, I have to admit.
Oh.
I could see just how much everybody looks up to you.
It was quite impressive, we must say. You're going to make a fine leader. We're sure of it. The greatest asset of any ruler is the ability to inspire hope.
And I'd say we have that in droves now. I trust that you're okay with our plan, Monarch. Sorry that we didn't have time to pass it by you first.
I know, it all seems good.
Good. It seems everything is now in order. Perhaps you should go and get some rest, Monarch. We will wake you if there are any matters of importance.
Okay.
Yeah. We need you rested when we reach Balteus.
Hello, Strobony.
You know our plan, and the pirates are about to set sail. There's nothing left for you to do. At least for now.
I guess he was right. When you arrived, things were out of my hands. After thanking them for the opportunity, I make my way to the crew quarters. I value the opportunity to rest, but given the circumstances, that rest won't come easy. Aline and Shane gather at the docks of Balteus. Surrounded by honor guard, they order them to prepare a small fleet. They knew the end was coming, and they had to meet it head-on.
What was your reasoning behind this again? I'm surprised the Triumvirate decided to play along with your plan.
They have to come by sea, and this is the main point of entry. If we leave from here, we can intercept them before they arrive. The plan is to thin out their numbers as early as possible.
Oh, thanks for the betties, Strobony. Thank you very much.
What if this fails and they sink our fleet?
Scared of dying, are you?
No, that's not what I meant. It's a valid concern, Shane.
Well, in my case, I don't really have anything left to lose. Let me lead this charge myself, Halen. You can go back to the castle. You'll be needed there for a second line of defense, if they make it that far.
I trust that they won't.
Me too. Just tell the Triumvirate I'll be there soon. I have no intention of dying. Not to any of those weaklings.
Shane instructs the honor guard to get on board the ships. It's a small fleet of only a few ships, adding watches and scuffs.
You have a death wish, you know that. I get that you hate them, but don't throw your life away. The Triumvirate rewards service. Keep that in mind, all right?
Don't worry, I know what I'm doing. I'll be back before you know it, so go and have a rest. Just wait, Halen. If they even arrive, you'll find that their hope is lost.
Aline smiles a sinister smirk. He knows exactly what Shane is implying.
Very well. I can get behind that thought. Be careful, though. You're a good apprentice, Shane. I trust that you and the Honor Guard will do some real damage.
Yeah, that's the idea. I'll see you back at the castle.
Sure.
Aline starts to walk away, but quickly turns around.
You know, Sovi never let me do stuff like this. As his apprentice, he shut down almost every plan I ever had. I have to be better than him, though. I'm trusting you with a lot here.
Don't worry, I promise not to let you down. The rebellion ends today. You have my word, Master.
Aline nods and starts making his way back to the castle. Shane remains, muttering to himself with trembling fists.
And it all starts with that little figurehead of theirs. It's almost time, Seer. You'll be joining Domex soon enough.
C'est pas gentil. I toss and turn, getting minimal moments of sleep. The blade rests against my bed, ready to grab at a moment's notice. I fade in and out of sleep, fighting a mixture of both anxiety and tranquility. Just when I'm about to fall asleep, a negative thought jolts me back awake. We had no idea what would happen when we arrived in Balteos. It was terrifying. Realize that sleeping probably isn't going to happen right now, so I get out of the hard bed. Just as I do, I notice somebody approaching out of the corner of my eye. Grabbing the blade, I prepare myself for anything out of a twist paranoia.
Hey now, put that thing away. I didn't mean to startle you, Monarch.
It's just Vivian. That's a relief.
It appears there's been some complications.
What kind?
Domek wanted me to tell you that you're needed on deck. You'll see what I mean when you get up there, alright?
Okay. I nod. It must be important if he's interrupting my rest. As I start to walk away, Vivian puts her hand on my shoulder.
And I just wanted to tell you that I know what happened in Alarinthia. I know that Pro and Ulrich teamed up
he knows.
in order to throw our fight.
I gulp, unsure of how Vivian will react to such a news. But much to my surprise, he lets out a hearty laugh.
You know, I always said that Alarinthia needed to be ruled with smarts. Draco would just sit in his throne, thinking that strength solved everything. Using a scheme like they did to outsmart him. It's almost poetic, isn't it? Besides, it also sent a message to every Alarinthian. Their old way of doing things was wrong. Individual strength doesn't matter. It's how strong we are when we team up, under shared ideals, that truly matters. And for sending them that message, I commend you. Good luck out there on the deck. I think you'll need it.
What? What's going on? He releases his grip on my shoulder. Thanks, Robin. For a moment, I was scared things would go south. I'm glad that he's accepting of what transpired. Dropping the issue from my mind, I head up to the deck. I had no idea why Damek needed me, but that fog was frightening. Slowly ascending the steps, my mind is plagued with unfortunate possibilities.